All right, man, Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. You know what it is. If you like the content, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down. YouTube is not paying me, so I do what I want. All right, so rest in peace to my co-host, my best friend, my brother, Slugganucci, Milton Hobbs. You will always be missed, my brother, forever and ever. Always love you. All right, so today I want to talk about the Kendrick Lamar effect. And I want to put in perspective of where I believe his album's ranking and why I think that he is by far the best artist of, the best artist of his generation and maybe the best hip hop artist of all time. And I know people probably are saying, well, how can he be the best hip hop artist of all time? You would put him over Scarface? You would put him over Ghostface Killer? You would put him over Jay-Z? Over Nas? And my answer is absolutely. I'm entitled to that. And I have the means and the grounds to back it up. See, the conversation with Kendrick Lamar is not about his catalog. And it's not about how good his work is. And it's not about how great his albums are. The conversation that I always come across where people are arguing with me about Kendrick Lamar is nostalgia and time. They say, well, he doesn't have enough time in to be the greatest of all time. How can he be the best when you got people who've been in the game for 30 years? Why? How? How's he better than OC? How is he better than this guy? It's like some of these people they bring up, it has to be a nostalgic thing because some of these people ain't made good music for 10 years. And they'll say, well, the reason why Kendrick is so big is because he has the machine behind him. The machine! It's like they're crying about it. It's like, no, he doesn't have the machine behind him. Did you ever listen to any of his music? That's what we need to talk about. So today, that's what we're gonna talk about. So Kendrick Lamar, no, he needs no introduction. We know this. This man doesn't need any introduction. But I will say, there's a lot of old heads and people who don't really listen to new school hip hop. They look at all hip hop as people on the radio because they still believe that they're playing music on the radio because they listen to the radio, not knowing that there's no actual DJ in the radio. But they'll say, yeah, well, he's on the radio, so that's commercial. And a lot of these old heads don't like commercial music. They'll tell you that. They'll say they'll sell out. But see, here it is. Someone said that Kendrick was overrated. And they said, oh, he's overrated, right? And I asked them, I said, okay, what makes him overrated? Because he makes a lot of songs that are mass appealing. And that's the reason why I say he's overrated, because a lot of people like him, but they only like him because he makes music that's mass appealing. So I said, okay. I said, so you believe that Jay-Z's overrated? He said, well, how's that? No. I said, well, Jay-Z makes music that's mass appealing. No, it's different with Jay though. How's it different? How? Oh, because what Jay does is now Jay talks about money. He's a big boss. That's what it is. And they'd be like, no, he makes music that's mass appealing. So you saying, so then I asked him, I said, well, what's the elements behind commercial music? They said, well, we talk about money, talk about cars, we talk about bitches, talk about clothes. And I said, okay, don't Jay-Z rap about that? Yeah, but Jay do it in a different way. But do Jay do it or not? He does, but I don't think Jay overrated though. Because I think he kind of balances it out. And this is my issue that I had with a lot of old heads who don't listen to current hip hop. The first thing they'll say is, the new generation of hip hop don't make good music, or the new generation of hip hop don't rap. And you say, okay. Then you start pointing out songs. Songs from Forest Hill Drive, songs from Pimp a Butterfly, songs from certain Drake albums, songs from Kanye's albums, songs from all these people. You know what they say? They rapping, but and it's like, no, I know what it is. See, a lot of these artists nowadays, they have become artists. The rappers that y'all like from the back in the day, they're just rappers. That's the problem. And I think that y'all don't want to admit that these guys have surpassed these old rappers. It's only 3 rappers, well, actually 2, to me, that competes with the new rappers today. 2. That's Jay and Nas. We talking on a grander scale, not lyricism, because I believe there's more lyricism, more lyrics, what's the name, but 2. That's it. Anybody else that you can name, to me, don't fit the mold. Now, if we're gonna say M, but I would say 3. Let's just say M, J, and Nas. Outside of that, what legend is coming close to Drake, Kendrick, or Cole? Gibbs, Benny, even throw Ransom in there, even though he's an older rapper, but still he's making current music that's good. What new rappers are doing what they're doing? None. Or old rappers are doing what the new rappers are doing. That's my issue that I have with y'all. It's like y'all don't want to admit. Now, as far as Kendrick goes, 95%, matter of fact, I would say 99% of old rappers don't have. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say I'll go with the total. 100% of old rappers outside of those 3 that I named, 100% of them don't have any albums that's better than Good Kid, Mad City, Pimp a Butterfly, or Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers. None. Not one. Not one. And if you want to throw Damn in there, you can too. And this is the reason why a lot of people don't understand my logic behind it. They say, oh, well, you're just a Kendrick fan. No, I'm a hip hop fan. I've been hip hop before Kendrick. And I'll be hip hop after Kendrick retired. My problem is I'm older and I can accept when somebody is making better music versus y'all being older and y'all only stuck in y'all past ways. That's my issue with y'all. It's like most of y'all don't want to just admit that this man is better than the old generation because y'all so stuck in holding on to this. It's like, let it go. I let it go because I know the music that he's making is much more groundbreaking, much more revolutionary, much more intuitive, much more thinking, much more everything. Much more influence, everything. It's dynamic. What artists in the past 10 years have made dynamic music like this outside of maybe J. Cole? Tell me. Like, okay, you might get a great producer and he might make great beats for you and you might make great songs, but is it groundbreaking? Are you doing something that's like, okay, excuse me, are you doing something that's like, okay, yeah, this right here, that's my issue. So a lot of y'all don't want to just admit it, but I wish I would. I wish we would admit it. Just admit it. That's all I'm looking for. I'm just looking for you guys to admit it and give me a hug. Nah, don't give me no hug. Either way. So the Big Steppers, Mr. Moore and the Big Steppers. I did a review on this. If you want to go, check that link. It's going to be in the description, or you could just look it up, I did a review on this, and I gave it a strong 9, pushing up to a 10. But after I sat with it for a couple of days now, I'm just going to say it's a solid 10. And here's the reason. Some of the songs that I thought that I would push off the album, I can understand why they were there, and I can understand why. But now I kind of got used to listening to them, and it's no skips for me now. And not to say that there's an album with no skips, because I believe that there's a couple of 10 albums with skips. And one song doesn't make an album not perfect to me. You know what I'm saying? It could be a skit, it could be anything. But if the song is terrible, I'm talking like terrible, then I can say, okay, yeah, I can understand why. But if the song is just okay, or if it's good and I just don't feel like listening to it, because that happens sometimes. You know what I mean? You don't always want to listen to certain songs. Like there might be a song on Nas's album, It Was Written, that I know it's a great song. I just don't feel like listening to it. I want to go to the next song because I like that one better. But there's the such thing as liking something better, but both of them are actually still really pretty fucking good. And I don't understand why people don't. I think a lot of times people nitpick when it comes to Kendrick. Oh no, hey, pull it from here. Let me know. That's what they do. And I think that that's corny. I'm sorry. I think that that's fucking corny. But the two songs that I thought that what's the name actually became alright to me. The one song, The Crown, I can understand why he put that there. And now I see his vision with that song. And it reminds me of like a Stevie Wonder type song, where it's like the piano's playing. It's a musical song, so I understand. It's like an interlude, or not even an interlude. It's like you at a play and somebody's playing that, and they use that as the background music. Like, I can't please everybody. I can see people liking that song. I think that song is actually pretty good. And I think the other one was Die Hard. At first I didn't like. I guess I didn't like how it started. Like, I didn't like the what's the name in the beat. But as far as the once I start listening to it, then I like the sample and I like the song. I like that song. So I gave this album a solid 10. And I think that there's much more layers to this album that a lot of people are really appreciating or seeing. And the reason why I believe that is because I believe that a lot of people have this Kendrick hate. And it's not the fact that they know he's good, they know he's successful, they know he's a different type of artist, but I believe that they don't understand the stronghold that this man has on the music industry, especially hip hop, when you can leave for 5 years, then come back and do something. So I don't understand why. Crazy wife. I don't understand why, but I believe that he has a stronghold on hip hop, and I think a lot of people don't understand that. And I think that and let's be honest, I think a lot of people are jealous. I think they're jealous, and I think they hate because they don't understand how this guy has been going for all this time and come back, and he has all this power still. And they'll pick on everything, nitpick everything. But none of them would say, I've seen people say it's over, but none of them would just say, you know what? This guy's amazing, man. He's pretty good. He's actually doing something that I think a lot of artists ain't doing. Listen, I stopped listening to people's opinion. Not everybody, but most of the people that are just drones. I stopped listening to these people when I noticed that hip hop artists who are legends and who are probably the best at their craft is saying that this guy is phenomenal. Once I seen that, and it's not, I'm doing it for clout, no. Because most of these artists don't never say anything about nobody. So, it is what it is. But, Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. If I had to put the albums in category, I'm still gonna go with To Pimp a Butterfly. And I might just go with Mr. Morrow and the Big Steppers as a tie with Good Kid, Mad City. And then I'm gonna go with Damn. And it's not taking nothing away from them. It's not taking nothing away from Good Kid, Mad City. I just think that, to me, Mr. Morrow and the Big Steppers just showed the maturity of an artist and how you can go from one extreme to the next. And either way, if people was to put this at number 1 and put To Pimp a Butterfly number 4, it wouldn't make a difference because all these albums are a fucking 10. Hands down. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page, man. Rest in peace, Slug. You know what time it is.